Hey, now.
All right. That Mel Gibson movie's making Hand Over Fist. The one where they, the Jews are all evil hook noses who kill Christ for 2 hours and,
right.
Kill him.
It's called The Jews Killed Christ.
Yeah. Christians are flocking to it and having incredible experiences and feelings.
How much money has it made? Has it made all 25 million back already?
Yeah. First day. That's a huge first day.
Yeah, I heard in 2 days it made a little over $50 million.
So he's made everything back already.
It's a good movie for Jews to see, so now they know what Christians are being taught.
Right.
Because, before, it puts it right in their face, so they know that now they're absolutely sure that they're in big trouble.
I went to Catholic, catechism and stuff.
Yeah.
I was never taught the Jews killed Christ. I don't remember that. I mean, I wasn't a good student, but so maybe.
Right.
You probably didn't pay attention.
You're not a good judge of what was taught.
No, but I don't remember.
They were teaching it, Artie was eating.
I don't remember.
You were drunk and on coke.
I don't remember that being a big point.
Do you remember school? Give me a break.
I'm just saying, in case anybody missed the point, it's in Mel Gibson's movie. And later on, I'll talk to the dude who interviewed Mel Gibson's dad.
Oh, okay.
And it's really, really good.
People used to ask me if I go to Sunday school. I said, I don't go to Tuesday school.
It's not true. Jews did kill Christ.
What is it, Casey?
Yo, if I'm feeling squirrely this weekend, you know what a good thing to do is? If you go to this movie and you sit in the front, you laugh like Max Cady in Cape Fear.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean? It's
what you
just laugh like while he's getting beaten. How funny would that be?
Well, Mel Gibson, his dad is going around talking about how the Holocaust never happened.
Right.
And this guy definitely hates Jews. Yeah. And we're going to talk to the dude that interviewed him. And that dude who interviewed him is a Jew.
Oh.
Mel Gibson's dad didn't know.
Didn't know. I was like, wow.
A very religious Jew.
Good for him.
That's incredible. Because I was like, what's that guy up to over there? He's just going, and why did they do that?
So I'll play you some whacked out stuff. Yeah, Tom.
I was just saying, like Artie, I had Catholic educated all but 2 years of my life. I was never taught.
Yeah, I think Mel Gibson went to a special...
Well, Mel Gibson isn't even into that whole Vatican thing. He doesn't follow the rules of the Vatican Church. He's a radical
new,
Catholic.
Right,
Yeah,
the new Catholicism.
He's way off.
Yeah.
Right. He wants the Mass in Latin. He wants...
Anybody who has a real brain in their head knows that the whole Bible is made up. I mean, there's no real Jesus and there's no real Moses.
Which this movie is supposed to be based on. I think there are 4 of them, and they tell the story in different ways. All of them.
And actually, and none of them were apparently written. None of the Gospels were written by either Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John.
Right.
Who are the
Listen, all I know is.
Right.
All right, thank you, Tom. All I know is.
It was written by Carrot Top.
All I know is.
The Grimm's brothers.
People are passing out. They're crying. They're putting ashes on their head. It's
they're
like
dying.
They're dying. It's a religious revival in these movie theaters.
Even a priest came out the other day and said, wow, I'm going to, hold this whole communion thing in a whole different new light.
And Jews are heading for the hills everywhere. They're going like, uh-oh. So this is what they've been...
take to the mattresses.
This is what's going on.
The most ridiculous thing I saw is a woman came out and said, now I know he was God.
She saw a movie.
Because of the movie. I'm telling you, no human being could have survived this beating as long as Jesus does, and he should have been out of his mind. He shouldn't have been able to walk around looking at people and saying things.
He was more like Spider-Man,
Yeah,
who
he's
could
like
take
a
a
superhero.
vicious beating from Green Goblin and keep coming back.
Yeah, he's Batman.
No, he's the guy with the hockey mask, Jason.
There you go.
Because you can't get rid of
Rising
Jason.
from the dead.
The woman who plays Mary, his mother, is a Jew.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what does she care?
Well,
Jews
I'm
want to just
sure
work.
Jews playing the Jews.
Yeah.
And they said, she has this special glow. When they were casting her, she said, you've got this special glow, and you're the woman.
It's that Jew glow.
No, they found out that as they were making the movie that she was pregnant, and nobody knew when they cast her.
What does that got to do with anything?
I don't know.
He's like, oh, she's a Jew. I'm like, I'm sure the Jews were Jews, too.
And did the Jew baby give her the special glow?
I don't know.
And her baby was a Jew.
Jew babies make you glow? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Jew babies will make you
I've always
glow.
said pregnant women have a special glow. See, there it is.
If you put a Jew baby inside of you, you will glow.
You want that
you'll have a
special glow?
That's right.
Get a Jew baby.
Thank you, Tom. Anyway, I got to admit,
And I do remember having the feeling like when I was watching all those Jewish guys play the bad Jews, it's like, why did they decide to do this movie?
Well,
it's Mel Gibson. It's an honor.
They need SAG benefits. I mean, everybody's got to make a living.
I guess.
Man, oh man, oh man. That movie's just making money, whether it's good or bad. But we'll talk to the Jew who tricked Mel Gibson's dad into
And revealing his true feelings.
He didn't actually have to trick him. The guy's pretty open about it.
We'll talk to that tricky Jew.
The trick was not telling him he was a Jew.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, Mel Gibson doesn't fall far from the tree.
That's great that guy did that, though. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk to him. He's a pretty cool dude. I have to admit, I turned on the TV to, and this is embarrassing, to just look at myself. I hardly had time yesterday. Yesterday was one of my busiest days ever. Not because of like this whole getting thrown off 6 stations and everything, but I just had a bunch of meetings planned. I had to go to the psychiatrist. You should have heard that session.
Oh, boy. Oh, I would have loved to have been there yesterday.
Yeah, I was real angry about the FCC and the government and, you know.
You had a real rant, I'll bet.
Yeah. Oh, good one.
Oh, such a good rant.
Poor psychiatrist.
I know, he's got to sit there going, I hope he doesn't take it out on me.
Yeah. Hope the guy doesn't jump out the window. So, you know, whatever. I was so busy, and then I was just beat. And then I was talking to this guy who's a carpenter, you know, about fixing some stuff in my apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like in the middle of all this, I'm trying to figure out how to get some doors off my closet.
I know, it sort of makes it like, why are you worried about doors at a time like that?
I know, but I had the appointment, and quite frankly, it's a lot more important to me than all this FCC stuff because I can't find my shoes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, it really is. It was like I was more excited to sit and talk to the carpenter.
Absolutely.
Get this fixed.
The woodworker, the woodmaker. This guy's a real talented guy, and he was giving me some solutions to my problems in my closet. And I'm thinking of moving my stereo over somewhere so I can create some more cabinets. Got a whole bunch of things I need done, and I'm saying this is more important to me, quite frankly.
Well, it's good that you can look at life that way.
Yeah, so I had that going on, and I don't know. Then, then I had to go out to dinner last night with Mel.
Oh.
Not because of we've planned this for weeks. Mel is our boss of all bosses. But Mel had called me up and said, hey, would you do me a favor? And, you know, if Mel asked me to do a favor, I'm going to do it.
I understand. I'd like you to do a favor for me.
So I went to dinner. Evidently, this was a big deal, but I didn't know.
What?
You know who the owner of the New England Patriots, Bob Kraft?
I know the name.
Yeah, he's like a big deal. His son,
Kraft
Jonathan.
Foods, yeah.
Jonathan is 40 years old. So Mel said, look, Jonathan's a huge fan of the show. Would you come by, John George? We're having a dinner for him.
Oh.
Would you come by and sit and say hello? I said, of course. And I actually had a really good time. It took my mind off of some stuff.
Right, yeah.
And Bob Kraft was there with his wife, and she's real nice. And Jonathan's wife, very nice. And Mel and Terry were there, and, you know, I love them. So we were just sitting and having a good time, and it was just a lot of fun.
Good.
You know? And Mel said some nice supportive things about what's going on with the FCC and the state of, you know, affairs in the world. And but for the most part,
it was just a nice evening.
It was a nice evening
about business.
Yeah, yeah. It was just having fun.
Good.
So it was a good time. And then Bob Kraft gave me. See, I don't know anything about sports, and Mel said I'm a big homo because I don't know about sports. He didn't say it quite like that, but...
Is Mel a sports guy?
Yeah,
Mel's,
of course.
Mel's
Mel
way.
goes to the Super Bowl every year.
Mel paid $1 billion for the rights to the NFL just so you could, you know...
Yeah, that's a great business move, but maybe you're not a sports fan.
No, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Well, Mel was telling Bob Kraft it's not a great business move because he doesn't make any money with it.
How could you not make money with the
The only
Super Bowl?
person he makes money with is me.
The argument is usually when you get those games, you can advertise your other programming on the game.
And that's the beauty of it?
Yeah,
so
because so many people watch.
Everybody loves Raymond makes money, so don't complain, Mel.
Nah. No, he wasn't complaining, but he made a good point on my behalf. He says, well, if I pay $1 billion to the NFL and I end up making $10 million in profits, I said, he says, Howard, I pay a lot less money to you, and I make way more.
Yeah.
He goes, so you guys should get $1 billion. I go, you're right.
Yeah, I wish you could say that at negotiation time.
Well, you'd had a few drinks in him. But he's making a good point.
He's making a great point.
If you have to pay $1 billion for the NFL to make $10 million, and us way less,
right?
And we generate way more.
Yeah.
Who's worth more money?
You.
He is. That's how it works out.
Yeah, where are my gifts? I think I'd get a gift.
You got dinner.
Yeah. Well, I didn't actually eat dinner. I just had club soda. I wasn't even drinking.
You didn't even get dinner?
No, I didn't want it. I had to go home. I had to get to bed.
Well,
Meanwhile, I couldn't fall asleep till like 11 o'clock last night. You should have seen the frenzy I was in.
You might as well have stayed there.
Beth was out of town, and I realized I need someone in my bed to fall asleep.
You
should have called me.
Look,
Artie would come
I
over.
swear to
and
God,
sleep
I
with you.
must be, like, first of all, it was a stressful day. And I don't think I realized how stressful it was. That's number one.
Yes.
Oh, let me just get back to the guy from the New England
Right.
Patriots, Bob
Yeah,
Kraft
what'd you
and
get?
Jonathan. Well, Mel kind of thought I was going to get a Super Bowl ring.
Ah.
Like I could have gotten one of those.
Right.
And I was kind of like, gee, I don't need that crap, but what the
What
hell?
are you talking about?
It must be a big deal, right?
It is a big deal.
Dude.
Very few people have those.
To me, that's a big deal.
So Bob Kraft says, I have something for you. And I'm like, okay, here comes my Super Bowl ring. And Artie will be impressed. Artie will be like, wow.
Yeah.
So he hands me a bag. Right away, I know it ain't no Super Bowl ring.
There's no ring in a bag.
Yeah. So he goes, this shirt, it's like one of those jerseys, a New England Patriots jersey. He goes, this is the official jersey of New England Patriots. And, like, nobody had, so,
Right,
blah,
right.
blah, blah,
You
blah.
got to be on the team.
And it has, like, the number 1 on it or something. I went,
Oh.
I don't think that's such a great gift.
Did you rummage through the bag to see if there was a ring?
I was
at
like,
the
turn it over, see if there's a check or something.
Did it have your name on the bag or
But
something?
I did make a pitch for him to put me in his will and take Jonathan out. I said, you know what you could really do that'd be nice is put me in your will
Yeah.
and take Jonathan out.
That's the will to get in.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a good dude.
Well, you know who does have a Super Bowl ring, and this might make your head spin, but he's the greatest guy, is Oedipus.
Does he?
Our program director in Boston.
Really?
Oedipus has a lot of things he shouldn't have.
He was the executive producer, I guess, of the Super Bowl broadcast on BCN.
Oh.
And he gets a ring?
And he
Got
got a ring?
And me and John, he took me and John to dinner last time we did stand-up up there. He's the greatest guy, but he goes, I'm going to show you something. And he showed me the Super Bowl ring, and I was aggravated that
Right.
he had her. I'm
yeah,
like,
you're not going to be aggravated over my jersey, are you?
No, I mean, the jersey's a nice thing to have, but you get a Super Bowl ring is like,
That's major.
Does Oedipus wear it?
He wasn't wearing it that night. He had it in like a cloth thing, and he presented it to me. And he let me put it on.
Is it actually valuable if Oedipus has one? Think about it.
Well, his isn't valuable.
Is it a real Super Bowl ring?
It looked real to me,
Or is it like a copy like they give out to guys who work at radio stations?
No,
Yeah, a
it was
replica of.
It was a real ring, and those rings now are intricate. I mean,
And
it
don't
had
they
the-
have diamonds and
But wait a
everything?
It had the Patriots logo encrusted in diamonds all around it, and it's
How gaudy.
It's
I
a-
thought,
well-
can't they just do a simple silver thing?
it's not a tasteful ring.
I'm sitting there going like, if Oedipus is getting, that means like a lot of dudes. If you're into the Oedipus level of giving out rings,
Right.
Some radio guy who had something to do with the broadcast.
Well, he produced it.
All right, look, if he got a Super Bowl ring, that means there must be tons of them floating around and they can't be that valuable. Or his is like a knockoff ring they give to people who.
Yeah, a commemorative.
Howard, I don't know if John wants to come in and explain it too, because he held it. It is heavy. It is a real ring. It's got to be what
All
they
right.
get.
Okay.
I had the same reaction though. I'm like, shouldn't it only be the guys who
were
Yeah.
on the field.
bleeding on the field? and
Yeah,
the coach
in fact,
and-
I even debate whether the dudes who sit on the bench during the game
I
who
don't
never
get
get in,
in? Yeah.
I don't think they should get a Super Bowl ring.
trainers get them.
The
Front
coaches
office guys
shouldn't
get
get
them.
'em.
I knew a guy who worked the speed gun for
Yeah.
the Yankees. Like, he would sit in the back and work the speed gun and see how fast the pitchers were throwing.
Yeah.
He has 4 Yankee World Series rings.
Wow. He worked every
And he
one.
works the speed gun.
He works the speed gun, sits there,
See, that's
and
bogus.
travels with the team.
Then it's not a valuable item.
Well, it is valuable if you've got the ring of somebody who is actually in the game. Oedipus
shoulda-
couldn't pawn off his ring for anything.
I should have brought in my jersey to see if it's valuable, but he swore to me,
no,
Bob
it is.
Kraft, that it's valuable, but I don't
Why
see the
is
value.
his jersey valuable?
Why is it must be some special jersey?
Because it's the official jersey from a year they won the Super Bowl. If it's an official jersey, that
But
is...
how do I mean,
You know
every
what?
year is
but
different.
here's the
To you, it's worth 25 cents.
yeah. I was like, what am I going to do with this?
I'll give you $200 for it.
I might sell it on eBay.
You could.
'Cause I
And
said,
does it
what-
have your name on it?
No, it has. I don't know. I didn't even look at it. I just threw it back in the bag and stuck it in my apartment.
If you threw it on eBay and you said, this is an official jersey
Right.
given to me by Robert Kraft from the year that New England won the Super Bowl,
Yeah, what could I get?
started at 500, and I bet you'll get some, especially,
But does it have a year on it?
doesn't matter.
I don't know what it has on it. I'll bring it in on Monday.
I'm like, how do you know what year it's from?
Hey, Howard, can I just...
All I know is I got a feeling it's like Oedipus's Super Bowl ring.
It's
Well,
not even
because-
real.
It's so not worth it.
I'll say one thing about that Bob Kraft, though, man.
Yeah.
They know how to run a football team.
Yeah.
That is an efficient, great team. They've won a couple of bowls in 3 years. They know what they're doing up there.
And he seems like a real cool dude. I mean, I only had, had drinks and stuff, and then...
Yeah, the Patriots are a good team, man, and they're run well.
Yeah.
They're amazing on the field. It's like a machine when they're grinding through another team.
Yeah.
More importantly, do you know if it's like Tom Brady's jersey? Is it?
I don't know. I'll bring it in.
They had it number 1. Is that Tom Brady's number?
Oh, it's number 1?
Yeah, they put number 1. It's not even a real jersey.
I don't know what it is.
It's not yet.
But I supposedly have something great.
You know, you guys were talking about the rings before.
Yeah.
When the Mets won the World Series in 1986, I went to the Skybox the next year. Somebody had a luxury box.
Right.
The guy that's in charge of catering for the luxury box has a World Series ring. Then, this was the weirdest
That's what
one.
I'm talking about.
Keith Hernandez, his best friend, lived in my building when I lived in the city. I'm in the elevator one day. I go, what's that? He goes, World Series ring. I go, where'd you get that from? He goes, best friends with Keith Hernandez.
So he gets one?
Yeah, you can buy them.
Oh,
I told you.
forget about it.
I told you.
Nobody cares.
And the Super Bowl ring is worthless. Unless there's a special ring for the players.
Unless
That's the
you're
one I'd
Unless
want.
you're Tom Brady, it's worthless.
Right.
Well, yeah, if you get Tom Brady's ring or if you get...
Like,
Mickey
what would I be
Mantle's,
doing
whatever.
walking around with a ring? What did I play?
Yeah, whose girlfriend are you? It's like you got
Yeah.
pinned
But,
or
I got a ring. I got a ring for watching the Super Bowl.
What's your buddy's name again? The guy, the football player guy just escaped my...
Marco Battaglia.
Like if Carolina would have won, do you think Marco's ring is a big ring? Or is it not that big a ring because he didn't play as much?
Well, he didn't play as much, but he was at least sitting there.
He had a uniform
At least he was on the, he was on the field.
Right.
No, that ring means. And Marco was a player on a team. That means something. Come on.
Yeah.
But
All I know is when I got that jersey, I'm saying that means Bob Kraft's gardener has a jersey. Limo driver has a jersey, and I'm running around with my jersey.
You're in that group.
By the way, I very rarely will be seen wearing a football jersey. It's just not my look.
Well,
I don't look anything like a guy who should be in a football jersey.
Well, I'm sure they expect you to go home and have that mounted and put it on your wall.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, what wall would that be hanging on?
I'm a John, right next to the Neil
Party.
Young poster.
Yeah, where am I? What wall do I have?
They make a special
That you
frame.
could devote to that.
They make a special frame for that, Howard. It's a glass
Yeah,
and
I
the window
know.
opens.
Yeah,
So
I
you
can hold
actually
it.
touch your jersey.
So I can fondle it and touch myself with it.
I wouldn't
So,
wear it anyway. I'm a John.
Anyway, I got home from that, and Jonathan Kraft, the Bob Kraft's son, said to me, I feel bad. He goes, I know you hate doing this stuff. I go, you know what? I do, but I had a nice night. It was nice meeting you and everything, and I split, and then I went home. I was beat, I thought, and went through my email, which there was like 10 million just of like video reports of me on the news, and I'd had enough of myself by then. And then I had 47 phone calls on my voicemail. I tried to return a few of them because I had made plans for this weekend, and then I'm like canceling plans. I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Let me ask you something. Did you give an official quote anywhere?
No.
Because on CNN there was a scroll that you said...
I didn't say anything.
There was a scroll on CNN that said, Howard Stern says that what Clear Channel is doing to me is a sign this country's becoming communist.
Maybe that was from the radio show.
But I didn't remember you saying that on the radio show. So
you did mention
didn't say-
communism a couple of times, but I don't know if you said that exact thing.
Yeah, I guess they just decided to attribute something to me,
Right.
which most news organizations did yesterday.
Yeah, they were doing it all day.
Yeah, I mean, literally.
it wasn't in quotes, so maybe they paraphrased something from the show.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I made this like a big duty in the afternoon, and I was thinking like maybe because I just needed to release everything.
Everything came out.
Yeah, and when I was at this, when everyone was drinking cocktails last night at Bob Kraft's table and Jonathan's table, I was drinking lots of club soda, and I don't know what it did to me, but like, I don't know. It was just like a lot of fluid, and I shouldn't drink that much before I have to go to bed. So I get into bed, I watch Friends, which by the way is horrible now.
Yeah, that was awful.
Awful.
Last night.
Then I wanted to watch Survivor, and I realized, oh crap, my TiVo, I thought it was set for Survivor All-Stars, and it wasn't. So
You know what? My TiVo didn't pick it up last night either.
yeah, something's going on.
I
So
had to actually go in and hit the button, and I only got like half the show.
I got half the show, had to go in and hit the button. Same thing. So I was watching it because I heard something really weird happened, And I watched it. I saw like Richard Hatch got naked. The gay dude got naked.
Oh, come on.
And he was naked, and I guess he rubbed his genitals. And they were doing a challenge against like one of the women, or threw it in her face or something like that. But it didn't seem like any big deal. But next week she goes ballistic, and the rumor is she quits the show, and I think she's like setting up a lawsuit or something because she feels she was like harassed.
That's not come on. Why
You know
would
what?
do
Don't
that?
even say like she was near her face or anything. It was like they were trying to get by each other, and he rubbed against her. It didn't look like a heck of a lot.
Well,
you mean like they just had to pass each other?
They were on a balance.
It wasn't any big deal.
Rubbing?
No, he was doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
But they were on a balance beam. He was being a jerk.
He was being a jerk.
Okay, all right.
But, you know, she's going to make a federal case out of it.
Good for her.
Yeah. I mean, why not? It makes for a good show. Because nothing's happening.
Really?
I feel your pain. I remember when I first realized that Friends was horrible. It was September of 1994.
Right. The first episode. Yeah, it took me all these years to realize it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just really writing crummy scripts
What do
now.
they do?
And they're
What
just
are they
throwing
doing
anybody
with
in there. Dakota Fanning was on the show last
It made no sense, right?
No.
Yeah. Like the bright kid who's smarter than Joey, you know.
But is it building up to something where you're looking
Yeah.
forward to a finale?
No.
Like, is there a story or anything?
No, Rachel's going to leave for Paris, but then she'll marry Ross. You can see it all coming.
Right,
you
you
know?
can tell. It's all telegraphed.
Right.
Another Paris thing? Like the
Yeah,
other?
like Sex
Right,
in
it
the
looks
City.
like Sex in the City.
Enough with Paris. What are we going there
Yeah,
for?
why is everyone going to Paris?
What are we giving them money for?
And you know what? I'd like to nominate for the all-time worst episode of Friends ever, Phoebe's wedding.
Yeah. I bailed out of that one.
Where she was married right next to the Central Perk?
Yeah.
The Central
In the snow.
In the snow, the fake snow with the fake set that was supposed to look like Manhattan.
And she's gone back to really being annoying.
Yeah.
Last night with the name change thing.
Phoebe changed her name to Contessa Princess
Princess
Ballsack.
Consuelo Banana Hammock.
Banana Hammock. And it was just like dumb. And the guy who's married to her was dumb. And he changes his name to Crap Bag.
Which was funny.
I mean, it just sounds like some lunatic wrote the show. I just can't imagine. Like, you know, I'm working on a pilot for the WB with Bob Schimmel. I know if we handed that in, they'd throw us out of there.
Yeah.
Hi,
But
I'm
if you
Crap
get
Bag.
10 years under your belt, you can do that.
Would you hand in any piece of garbage?
Crap bag.
Yeah.
Well, I thought something was up when Jennifer Aniston in the beginning was a waitress at Central Perk, and she lived in a $4 million loft.
Right.
That threw you off?
Yeah, that was a little weird to me.
Yeah.
With a big window and a view.
Yeah. How does that happen? How do they get those apartments on their salaries?
Yeah, I don't
Benji
know.
should live.
Right.
Yeah, they should all live in one apartment.
Right.
What they make.
Poor Benji's living in Manhattan storage.
They should be shacking up with guys just for their apartment.
I'd watch
Right.
that.
See, that'd be a good show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That they all should have to sleep with one of those guys because nobody has any money.
And they don't really like the guy, but he's got a cool apartment. So, I don't know. So I'm laying in bed. I'm watching all that TV. And I said, damn, I'm not even tired. What am I going to do? You know, and I'm starting to think I might have to pleasure myself. But I just had sex with Beth the night before.
Yeah.
So what is that? Yeah, what does that mean?
I know, but I'm thinking, you know, that's crazy. I mean, I just had sex. So I'm debating, what should I do? So then I said, well, I got Smallville to watch from the other night. I watched the whole Smallville. Now it's like 10 o'clock. That's into danger territory for me because I got to be up at 4:30.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, crap. It's 10 o'clock now. I've watched Smallville, Survivor,
Nothing's
and Friends.
wearing me out.
Nothing is wearing me out. Then I said, I'll go get the New York Times. That'll wear me out. And I started wearing something. I started reading something that got me all charged up. Because, by the way, I was real, you know, because I saw myself on TV. Also, Rosie O'Donnell and Kelly Carpenter got married.
Yes.
And I got to admit, I was real proud of her. Rosie. I really was.
Yeah, good for her.
I really was. I got to say, I mean, she is a fat load and all that other stuff. But you know what? Good for her. She went right on the steps.
On the line there.
She did, man, and you got to applaud that. I mean, good for her.
A famous person doing it like that is a great thing.
Believe me. You know what? I don't. And there's a lot of famous gays, like Ellen DeGeneres and stuff, who would never get married on the front steps.
Right, they're staying away from it.
Yeah, they don't want to offend anyone. So, you know, good for her doing that.
Absolutely.
And I do applaud her. And I was watching it, and I actually got kind of emotional when she came out and said, you know what? What Bush had to say about gay people was mean and hurtful and despicable, and that's why I'm here.
Right.
And
because she wasn't going to do that. She was sitting at home, minding her own business,
she
and then
put it
he
out
had
there.
to pipe up.
Hey, you got to applaud someone when they do something right.
Yeah.
You got to. And she did it, and you know what? I was happy for her. I was actually happy to see her holding that woman's hand and standing there and professing their love for each other, because that's what it's about. what the hell's George W. Bush getting involved in telling
Well,
people
you know what he's doing
they should
now?
be married or not?
He's stoking the fires because now the New Paltz mayor is going to start marrying people. They're going
Right.
to have demonstrations on Long Island where gays are going to march to every city council, and try to demand marriage licenses. So here we go.
Maureen Dowd hit it right on the head. If the president is truly concerned about preserving the sanctity of marriage, why not make divorce illegal and stone adulterers like
There
they
you
do
go.
over in Iraq?
That's what we're up to.
Our soldiers are being killed in Iraq. Osama's still on the loose. Jobs are being exported all over the world, and that's no joke. The deficit has reached biblical proportions, and our president is worrying about what?
Gay.
Mars and marriage.
Yeah.
Mars and marriage. That's what Kerry ought to do when he gets it. He goes, Mars and marriage?
What are you talking about? We got a deficit up there. We can't go to Mars.
When reporters tried to pin down White House spokesman Scott McClellan yesterday on why gay marriage is threatening, he spouted a bunch of gobbledygook about the fabric of society and civilization. If I hear one more nutcase talk about the fabric of society and civilization, all the politicians are arguing that institutions can't be changed. Well, then how do we change the institution of slavery?
That's right. Or that women can vote.
The government should not try to legislate what's sacred, and that's the point of the piece. Bush can't tell people, get in their bedroom and tell them, listen, you can't be married. People want to get married.
The only way you can have somebody with you in intensive care is if you marry a woman or a man, if you're of the opposite sex.
But as she points out, when the Bushes get in trouble, watch out. You know what they do. They're going to give you a boogeyman. Lee Atwater tried to do that. Remember that guy, Willie Horton? They put the black guy up on the screen.
Right.
They will always try and fool you.
Bait and switch.
That's right. And shame on Dick Cheney. He's got a gay daughter.
I know.
And they're all sitting quiet. The gay daughter, Dick Cheney, all
And
of
that's
them.
why you have to say Rosie's courageous, because Dick Cheney's daughter's keeping her mouth shut.
Yep. But
And she used to be a gay activist.
if Mary Cheney wants to marry her girlfriend, who cares? Go have fun and live your life. And you know what? If you love each other, man, more power to you. Because you know what? Very few people can even love
Find
anyone.
that. That's right.
You know?
Could you imagine that your daughter comes to you and says, I want to get married, and you go, no, you can't.
Yeah, you can't. You're gay.
You're not allowed to.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be happy.
Or better yet, try to picture a gay president telling you can't marry your girlfriend. You can't. You can't do it. And why? And then you say to him, but why, Mr. President? And he goes, because it's not possible.
It is, though. I'll tell you what.
I know it's wrong.
I know it's wrong. And then they say, how do you know it's wrong? I'm a born-again Christian.
I just know.
I thought we don't mix church and state. F you.
The only nugget of positiveness
And I
is...
go, look, you didn't elect me anyway. I wasn't even elected by a majority of the people.
The other thing you ought to be upset about with Bush is the stem cell research.
Yeah, don't even go there.
The Koreans have now been making breakthroughs, and scientists are saying it's a shame. You know, we can't even work on it.
Right.
There are...
Bizarro world we're living in.
There are a lot of guys, I'm sure, though, that would love to go to their girlfriends and say, look, I'd love to marry you.
But the president says no.
Yeah, what can I do?
Well, the
My
president
hands are
knows.
tied.
They do lots of polls. Most Americans are against gay marriage.
So what?
So that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, he's just playing the thing. So anyway, I'm laying in bed, and now I'm like, oh damn, it's 10 o'clock. I've been through all my TV shows. What am I going to do? So I go get the New York Times. Start reading that, and that's when I started reading about Bush and gay marriage and all that other stuff. So I still ain't sleeping. I go, okay, I got to do some porn here. It's time for porn.
That's it.
And yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's time to research porn.
Yeah, and I got a lot to say about porn. I got to take a break, but can we continue this when we get back?
Of course.
All
What
right.
else we gonna do?
All right, I got to talk about the porn I watched, and
Yeah, I'm dying to know, because I did have those questions the other day about on-demand porn. I don't know what you tried last night.
yeah, it was on-demand porn, and I got to make a point about that. All right. Because they got to change the way porn on demand is done.
Really?
Yeah, they got to give you a 5-minute window, at least view what you. I'll talk about it in a minute. We'll be back right after these words.
Howard Stern Show. And now Jimmy the Greek speaks from his heart. Or his ass.
I'm telling you that the black is the better athlete, and he practices to be the better athlete, and he's bred to be the better athlete because this goes back all the way to the Civil War, when during the slave trading, the slave owner would breed his big black to his big woman, so that he could have a big black kid. See, now I mean that's where it all started.
And now, the world's most famous black man, Howard Stern.